mustn't have done that properly before. Alright, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it quit me out last time and it didn't. So it should be fine now. God. You can tell I don't fucking add mods very often, can't you? It's super obvious. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Alright, the only thing I gotta check after tomorrow night is I'm gonna have to check that my, all the values are still saved to the RimConnect items and stuff, because I went through on the weekend and I added RimConnect, and then, like I said, the values and stuff, they're not all automatic. So I had to go through and set like an amount. They'll be redeemable later when we do RimConnect on Friday. And yeah, it took a little while. I also wanted to look through it because I wanted to make sure that like there was nothing that it was going to try to spawn in that it didn't have, you know? I didn't want any kind of issues with people trying to spawn something and not being able to spawn something. So yeah, the good thing is I think it should be all set up. I think it's saved, so I've just got to change the value that everybody earns and stuff, but that's fine. I'll leave it off. I'm not streaming Wednesday and Thursday, so I'll re-enable it and I'll have plenty of time to check, so it'll be fine. And then Friday we're gonna have a big ass fucking 12-hour stream. That's gonna be wild, and you guys can it won't be with this colony, it'll be a fresh colony. Try to keep the save safe, but I won't be able to save a reload or anything with it, so you guys will be able to absolutely go ham. You'll be able to add yourselves in and spawn stuff and all sorts of things, so it should be quite fun. Now, as far as I know, Vaughn fought a Mega Sloth, so Vaughn should be okay. What are you up to, Exiles, apart from feeling yippee still? I know, like, in the thick of you, like, saying hello, I was, like, trying to sort out the fuck was going on, because, like, I never fucking add mods. I think the last time I added a mod to this game was... it's gotta be more than 2 years ago. Because this colony's been going for 1.5 years, and I kept the same mods list as the previous Nido colony. So yeah, I reckon we've probably been going for 2 years without me getting a new mod. I think. Sounds right. It sounds like that's legit, so I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, me having issues with like figuring out how RimConnect adds and affects games and shit like that. Yeah, that's all makes sense. What are you doing, Troxo? I'm hearing gunfire going off. Oh, mate. Mate, you shouldn't have killed it. I don't know why it didn't pause then, but you just got yourself down. I'm taking you straight down to privileges for killing a panther. I don't care, cat or panther. I'd only give you a little bit more, like, leniency with this, but, mate, you shouldn't have fucking hit it. Everybody fucking calm down, grab some people, and just smash the guy a bit. Fine. You know, sort him out. Always yippee. Well, that's good. I actually have somewhat energy. I'm actually surprised, because, like, I had last couple of days of sleep. Oh, shit, mate, Huntsman, no. Last couple of days of sleep have been shit for me. Like, really, really excessively shit. Like, I don't understand why levels of shit. You know? And then, I don't know, then we had the roofer come out today. And I got woken up during that, and that wasn't great either. So, I don't know. I'm actually surprised that I have some energy. Mate's gonna die in about 4 hours. You don't have any health issues, you can rescue him. So he's down to like low medical stuff, but they still should be fine. It's like construction and plants and stuff. I mean, he's got some stuff. Actually, the only funny thing about trying to do the RimConnect game is because it's been 1.5 years since I started a colony, this colony. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go setting up and making a colony. We'll see. For the moment, I know I want to take this basically across from here, I'm pretty sure, all the way over to there. So because I know I'm gonna seal this up, I'm just gonna straight up do that. And like, we don't have a door on this yet, but I'm just gonna throw one I don't want to put it there yet. I want to even this out. We'll sort it out. I also need to be making guns, I think. Whoop. I saw something go boom then. Hold up. I want to measure this so we can have like centered. I'm pretty sure we've already got a measured center line there. Alright. That's where I want to have a door, is here. At least, so we've got a door. What was that boom? Just a boom, right. You know what? I actually considered... I don't think I've ever kept... what you call it? Not boom rats, the boomalopes. Yeah, I should probably consider that. I see you, Gilon. Yeah, right back at you. How you doing? Delicious, mate. Could you maybe haul some capybara meat? I've got like all sorts of stuff up here and they're just like... I'm not entirely sure if people are bringing it down or not. You know? This is you. I don't know, the invisible Keelon. Oh yeah, how's your person? Hold up. We got you. We got you last week. The fuck did you go? Hold up, you're in here somewhere. You're at the bottom of the list. You're like the newest person in. Oh no, not the very bottom. Yeah, you've got yourself your own bed. And you're all patched up. You got nothing wrong with you so far. So yeah. I know it's a K-on cat, but it's the closest I can get for you. So yeah, you're in the colony. And you're just having a snooze at the moment. Seems legit. Now we just got to get a cat bed in there so you can have like... So do I have a personal rat army? I don't think you can... Yeah, you got no animal skills. I'll try to get you... if that's important, I'll try to get you a animal trainer. Because I was going to say, I was going to fill up your bedroom with cat beds. So you could have cats and panthers sleeping in there. I figured that would please you. Because I'm like, why not? You know? You'd have like a billion like cats sleeping around you. As opposed to everybody else that gets a ration of one cat per room. You know? So... Yeah, I thought that would be alright. We'll work on it. I only have... What did I have? I think melee ones? Melee or medical? Yeah, medical. And what's the other one there? Artistic. Got one more. I think I've got 4 in here. There's another medical. Melee. I've got intellectual. I could buff your intellectual. That's about it. That's all I've got at the minute for like gear that I could give you a person. Oh no, wait, there's one more. What is this one? Animals. Holy, hold up. Cat army sound better than rat army. It does. Well, after you wake up, I'll get you some animal skills going. Alright. You use the skill trainer. Okay. And what's your bio? None of the other ones that I've got would be useful. I could make you medical. I love that you're abrasive, but you're a careful shooter, and you're a night owl. I like that combo. It's nice. Yeah, no, we'll get you sorted out with some skills. Like even if cats, animals and stuff isn't a passion on your person, I'll buff that up a bit. If I've got medical, I should check out Triantha. Because I know he's a paramedic in the colony. Yeah, I could get you more medical. Like, more than 12 on any person's a little bit. It's kind of enough. I could buff you intellectual or artistic. Because, like, most of the time he's just doing animal stuff, so... Yeah. I know, it's alright for the moment. This is coming along. We can finally see the fucking... I didn't need that chicken killed at that exact moment. I don't even know where it is. Yeah, anyway. I was zooming in to say that we can finally see the goddamn hospital wing now because not everything's X'd, which is nice. Ooh, trader. Oh. I don't know how all my ice just melted. I just literally topped up my drink. It's the caravan. Cool. So, anybody special in here? Not really. Not anybody that I need to take. I'm still going to keep an eye out for stuff like that, but I guess who's in the area that I could use to do a trade thing. There's Corpsey. Yeah, you'll do. Alright. So the other thing too is I have got a quest. Everybody that's pissed off in the colony at the moment has just come back, except for Nick. Nick's always pissed off. They've just come back from doing mining. So everybody's kind of salty, except Nick. Nick's just always salty. I can't help them, right? This little Nick here, always pissed off. But everybody else, I'm just giving them a day. I've got to go back out and get some more steel. They've got some steel nearby, and I'm pretty sure I have enough bolt action rifles, and if I could find one person with it, I wouldn't have to make it. I was making Nat. Alright. Just have a quick look around for Nat and see if I can get them to finish what they're working on. If they're not asleep, if they're just getting some food or something, I'll just send them back down. Well, I'll send them back down to work on it. Because, I could do with that. I don't have a lot of silver. I don't need a horse. Components I do need. I actually do need that to make the bolt action rifle, but I also need components for the solar stuff. Little World Medicine I'd like. I do want plasteel. I am doing a quest for plasteel, but we'll see. There's another one for animals, so we can get to... I have plant one somewhere. I have to find that. But yeah, there's a few things here I'd like. I don't know if I can afford them all. I'm just going to throw them on the list. There's a kidney. I could really use a kidney for operation. You know, a very effective way to not harvest organs off somebody. But I don't think I have enough stuff for trade. I got a lot of animals, so I can always do that. I do want to put that statue up in the base somewhere. So let's see. You know, I only just learnt, literally like, oh my god, that's called butts. I just learnt the other day that, what do you call it? The thrombo horns are actually melee weapons. I've had thrombos and thrombo horns for like, who knows how long, and I just thought that there was some kind of thing that I could give my allies. I don't know how I just never noticed. And then I saw it under the list of melee weapons when I was going through the Rim Connect stuff, and I'm like, wait a second, this what? And yeah, no, apparently it's a melee weapon. It has been this whole time, and I've just been flinging them at like my primitive allies and stuff like that to make them happy. I'm like, no wonder why they're fucking happy. They're literally like getting, you know, a whole stockpile of decent weapons. Apparently that's really strong too. To me, it's low-key. It's tired after a full day of soldering Christmas lights, batteries, flashlights, power banks, electrical kettles, and all sorts of stuff. Oh my god. That is a lot of stuff. It sounds like a very productive day though. And because the whole family tree decided to wake up today and chose violence and asked me to repair everything because you're a programmer, you can fix it. Oh my god. Yes, the joys of being anything related to computers and IT is automatically, oh, you'll know how to fix it. I feel your pain, Kilon, I really do. That's just like the deepest side that I can express just because I fucking know what that's like. And every kind of family gathering, it's always like, oh, but you're in IT, you know, you'll be able to solve this question even though you haven't got your eyes on the equipment or whatever, you know. At least I've improved my soldering skills after this hell. Yeah, no, that is a good thing, because like I don't mind soldering stuff every so often. I normally repair stuff here and there. Like I tend to repair stuff, or at least I try to, before like completely giving up hope of, you know, having to replace it and stuff. But in this sort of case with soldering, I actually don't mind it. I'm just not very good at getting a very small amount on very fine spots. Like, I'm fine if it's like, I'm probably about 1 to 2 millimeters of soldering stuff. I'm fine. Anything less than that, I don't find that the tip of the soldering iron that I've got is delicate enough to do fine sort of work like that. But it's also practice and skill. After doing like a whole day of it, it wouldn't fucking matter. You'd probably be able to do it purely on skill, as is. I also tore up all my lights, and I actually need to put them back. I love that they're just like looking at the artwork around the place, which is good. Alright, so I was trying to make... I shouldn't have a cow in here for starters. That's just not something I should have inside. How's my wood production going? Good. Alright. So it's also summer as well, and I want to try to get, if I can, I want to do a big harvest. I know my people will harvest stuff, but I also know that just tagging some things will be likely to get them out there. So I guess Troxos ended up getting help, because they only had like 4 hours and they're fine now. So that's good. Even though I completely reduced their fucking health. I feel your pain. I'm going to force to repair all this using a big soldering iron because my small delicate one broke a while ago and I can't justify buying a new one yet. Yeah, same. I don't do enough kind of soldering for that. We had 3. I had mine and Nick had 2. Nick had a precision one. And I don't know where the precision one went. Mine broke. And so Nick's like bigger soldering iron is the only one that we've got left. And it's just cumbersome to use on like more delicate things. But at the same time, we only solder things like once every couple of years. So there's basically like no point in getting a new one. There is, but there isn't. I just need to move this over just a moment, just so that we can just, oh, that's not facing the right way. I just got to get this facing the right way so that I can get that one block in the corner there. Esme, when you're done with that one, can I get you work on that? The Christmas lights are what my nightmares. I can't imagine doing Christmas lights, so that would just be a fucking nightmare. Because, like, you'd either have to mark all the ones that were not lit up, or you'd have to turn it on periodically to make sure that it even works and it's connected right and stuff. Like, we ended up swapping over to a set of Christmas lights that were like plug and play. The fuck was that? Rim! I was like, the hell was that? I was not paying attention. Fucking, how you doing, man? Thank you for a resub. No more ads. All the coffees. The fuck you up to? Yeah, we swapped over to these plug and play style of, what do you call them? Christmas lights, with the view that if one of them stops working, you can literally just pull out the little light bulb bit and plug in a new one, or you can change the color of them and stuff. We didn't go to the type where like you can program which color they are. We still bought the ones that are pre-colored and stuff, but like you can change it around and it's a lot more pleasant to deal with, you know, because I also have a set of fairy lights in here as well. Technically kind of Christmas lights, but they're more like white LEDs, and they're so fucking tiny. If one of them breaks, fuck it. I'm not touching it. It's not one that I can get in and repair easily, so there's no fucking way I'd bother. Too much work for one little tiny light. Like I could pretend that it's lit, you know. I could hope and dream that it's lit more than anything. Let me just move this up into here. Once this closes off, we'll hopefully get the cow out of the fucking kitchen, you know? We'll see how that goes. I had to check each and every single light with the multimeter to find out where the circuit broke, then cut it out. Oh my god. Solder 2 halves together, plug it in, still not working, sigh all over again, starting from the moment where they joined them. Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to say, I'm like, there is also, obviously also the multimeter thing. I'm just like, I don't just naturally assume people know what that is. So, yeah, I was wondering if that was another way you could test it. Because at least then you'd know if power is going to it. And it's just not fucking, like, something's, like, burnt out in the light or whatever. Admittedly, I did watch my dad change, like, you know, solder a bunch of fucking Christmas lights when I was a kid. I obviously hadn't got to the age where I was soldering stuff yet, so I just didn't know the difficulty of it yet. But yeah, we had one set of Christmas lights for fucking decades. They were like really nice. The only problem was they were like actual proper glass bulbs. So like if you accidentally stood on one, it would shatter. Unlike like these days, you get a lot of them are like plastic and stuff. No, they did end up moving that. I may not have to move it out of the corner. We'll see. I like this, and I'm going to keep this sort of shape. I just don't know where to put it yet. Either way, I'm making this a kitchen. I'm going to pull them all up a little bit, see how it works, you know. Can't imagine doing that without a multimeter. Be literal witchcraft at this point. Yeah, no, I don't think my dad had one back then. I think it was just a matter of plugging it in. Like, he did a lot of... He wasn't, like, taught in electrical work, but he did a lot of, I don't know, he did a lot of, like, house renovations and stuff like that himself. Just kind of like, you know, you grow up on a farm, you kind of learn how shit works. If you don't know how it works, pull it apart, figure out how it works, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, a lot of his stuff was, like, self-taught. It was crazy. I'm gonna have to get these doors made, but I don't know if it's gonna be easier to do it at night. Now, I do like the option of these. I think that's fun. But I don't really want to set that off in my base. I do want the plasteel because I need that for the prosthetics. Yeah, that's right. I need prosthetics. So let's have a quick looky-loo if I've got that gun made, because I forgot to... Oh no, Nat's back here. I was going to say I forgot to get Nat to come back and work on it, but he's already here. Nice. Well, I'll leave him doing that. Yeah, I don't know. I try to think back to, like, you know, before... Not like before we didn't have the technology, but when, like, certain tools were just stupidly expensive to have without having it as a profession, you know? Because obviously, if you're an electrician by trade, for instance, you're obviously going to have these tools and stuff. If you're not, if you're just a general sort of home handyman type thing, like, it's expensive to get certain tools, to use them only a couple of times. I don't know if it's everywhere in the world, but I know in Australia you can go to places like, we have like are they tool store type places, it's like Bunnings and shit, right? If you go to Bunnings, you can hire their tools, like certain power tools and certain equipment and stuff you can hire for like weekends and weeks and small projects and shit like that. So like, you know, I'm not saying this for specifically you, Keelan, but for anybody else that needs to, like, you know, hire out a set of tools because it's fucking too expensive to own it all the time, you might only ever use it once every 5 years or something. Just see if your hardware store will, like, you know, do a lending sort of program or something. Like, they might not. It could be just some weird shit that Australia does, but it's worth asking. I gotta get air conditioning in here. That was something I've kept forgetting to do. The day when I was in uni, we had 3-month course of soldering. Oh yeah. Stuff since age of like 8 or 10. Grandpa taught me every time I would visit him. Literally one of the most useful knowledges ever. Yeah, soldering is very useful. And it's kind of like one of those things that is sort of, I think, overlooked. And not enough people kind of, not like know how to do it, but like have done it, you know, because even just getting a chance to practice soldering something or solder something once, like, you can learn a lot about it. Like, first thing you gotta learn is don't touch the metal bits of the fucking soldering iron. That shit's obvious, but it's not obvious to everybody. Shit's hot, you know. And then I guess the other thing is be careful with like the dripping metal of the, you know, whatever you're choosing to solder with. And the other thing too is, a lot of people don't know this about soldering, but you can get different kind of soldering material type stuff, you know, the little filament shit that's in the spindle. And so like you can solder with all kinds of stuff, like jewelers solder with like gold and stuff, gold and silver, I think. Which, you know, I didn't know for a long time that that's actually something that you can do, is just literally solder with fucking, what do you call it? Fine metals and shit. I thought it was awesome. So why not? Adds a bit of spark in your life. Oh, Grim, you're hot enough. You don't need to burn your fingers. You just gotta fucking... I was gonna say you just gotta touch yourself, but man, don't go touching yourself. Not here, not now. You'll be fine, Grim. Don't do that. Yeah. No, Grim's always hot enough. He can probably solder anything. He's being present. I swear, Grim, you bring out like the worst fucking jokes. You really do. And you didn't even really say anything. It's just like your presence here just does it. It's an impressive talent. I'll say that much. The amount of times I burnt my fingers on it as a kid. See, the thing is, like, I wasn't allowed near a lot of things like that when I was a kid. So, like, what do you call it? Like, you know, the jug, for instance, the kettle or whatever that people boil, couldn't go near that because it was hot. Couldn't go near the iron because it was hot. Couldn't go near the stove because it was hot. You know, stupid shit like this. So obviously when something was soldering, whatever, I couldn't go near it. But my dad did a lot of, like, I don't know, handyman work around the house and stuff. A lot of, like, little tedious sort of jobs to help out just, like, neighbors and shit. So, like, whenever he was working on something, if we wanted to watch, we could stand just outside of the shed, which was safe. We were at a safe enough distance that if something happened, we wouldn't likely get hit by a projectile or something. And we could stand there and watch, and we could ask questions and shit. So I was more interested in my brother about this kind of stuff. So obviously I watched a lot more and I asked a lot more questions and stuff. So that's why, like, when it comes to, like, repairing shit around my house, I'm not too bad. Like, in most cases, I'll generally give it a go. But obviously, like, the difference between back then and now is that YouTube and the internet is a thing. So, like, if I don't know how to do something, I can always watch a tutorial and sort of figure it out, which is pretty cool. You know, that's not something you really could have done back then. You either had to know the knowledge, learn the knowledge, get a book, know somebody. You know, there was a lot of, like, barriers, I guess, to being able to just fix shit. And a lot of the time people don't think that, like, it's possible to fix certain things, but it's like, if a human made it, a human can fix it. That's all you gotta remember. It's like, if it was made by a person, if it wasn't, like, machine manufactured into, like, a set perfect parameters and shit, right? If a human made it, you should be able to repair it. Unless it's absolutely, like, fucked, like something's corroded or something like that, you know? That's obvious. I don't know if Lincoln's coming back for this. I don't know where the fuck the... I know Silverware's coming back to work on the other door. Okay, they are actually working on it. I was going to say, I'm just keeping an eye on this because nothing's around and I want them to build the door so they can seal the kitchen, you know? It's allowed near the stove after I flipped a pot of boiling milk onto myself. Oh, yeah. Because generally after you do shit like that, you learn not to do real quick. Yeah, so we weren't allowed to have the learning experience in the first place. That's why, like, I moved out of home, like, just before 18 and I didn't know how to cook. Like, I had to be a full-fledged teenager before I was allowed to boil the jug to have instant noodles. That kind of thing. So, like, I was pretty extremely sheltered in a lot of ways with that stuff. Like, my grandma was the only one that really let us, like, bake and stuff because she was like, you know, the kids want to go back and make that. The kids want to cook and make something. No, Lincoln, you come back here. I saw that. Yeah, grab that. Yeah, my grandma would, like, entertain the idea of letting us cook. She'd still do the hot work, like the ovens and the stove and stuff. But we would be encouraged to kind of, like, be present. Like, my dad would let us make custard and... the other one he'd let us do. Golden dumplings. That's another one. He'd let us cook that and custard. They were the only two things, and he would be 100% supervising us at all times, but he didn't really give a shit because he just wanted to eat the thing. So he's like, look, if you guys want to make it, because we're always keen to make something, because we're not allowed to make shit. But, mate, we got food. Stop fucking eating the eggs. Look at this guy. For fuck's sake, what is your problem? Why are you down here eating? Look, we have food. We have packaged survival meals. I probably need carnivore meals. That's probably what it is. Anyway, I'll check out my things in a moment, see how they're going. So I've really enjoyed welding. I've done it a few times here and there. Oxytorch, my favourite method. See, I'd like to do welding at some point. I don't have access to any kind of equipment that would allow me to do that.